Good boy, Princey. Good boy, Princey. Oh my gosh. All right, we gotta put Prince away. Let's put Prince away. Just because the unneuteredness, it's gonna be a battle. Here's part 2 of the video you saw yesterday. He's now meeting a bunch of dogs. So the clip you just saw was nutty, okay? That was the second time these guys met. I wanted Berlin to meet Prince again. He rolls up to Prince. He smells him a little bit, right? All good. That's what I want. I want dogs to get along all the time. You have to get dogs who are reactive and aggressive with other dogs. That's how they learn to not be reactive and aggressive. So I want him to meet Prince. Prince is just standing there. He smells him. Then he goes up and he just stares at him about a centimeter from his face and stares him directly in the eye. He's basically saying, if you move, I'm going to attack you. That it's the same way he met him the first time when he went up on his back and tried to hold him. If you move, I'm going to attack you. I gave him that correction to get him out of there. I just knew what was going to happen. I had to be the first one to give him that correction or he was going to go at Prince at any moment. So I pop him, I get him out of there for a second, then they start going at it. It then became kind of a different deal where I was kind of seeing how you deal with a bully, right? We all know how you deal with a bully. And I was kind of seeing if Prince could do that with him. It didn't work as well as I would have liked it to. I've seen many dogs, you can go back to some of my videos, that kind of get it and they go, okay, I get it. I'm not the toughest guy on the block. Animals, dogs, people, there's always someone tougher out there, and it's good to know that in life. But he is now, so that was a crazy, crazy clip. He's now meeting other dogs, okay? Now, I'm not worried in these meetings. I wouldn't have him off the muzzle if I was worried. I've done this for 12 years. I've, knock on wood, never made a mistake with the other dogs there, right? They earn their way with other dogs, then they earn their way off the muzzle, then they earn their way off the leash, which he will be with one dog off the leash at the end of this video. We're going to do a lot of original audio stuff as well. Okay, most of this video is going to be original audio, and I'm going to go over you're going to see me talk to the owner, you're going to see the owner work him on a leash, and you're going to hear me explain why I don't use verbal cues while giving leash corrections. So he's meeting these other dogs. Now, it's good for these other dogs. These aren't my dogs. It's good for them. My dogs were raised the way what these dogs are dealing with right now, right? They're dealing with a difficult dog. My dogs were raised like this. My dogs were forged in fire. Bosco, Prince were forged in fire. That's why they're mentally tough dogs. This is the first meeting of this German Shepherd. Big male German Shepherd, by the way. You see me change? I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. Okay? My dogs were forged in fire. Dealing with tough dogs, that's why they're mentally tough. That's why they're the way they are. I want that. I want these board and trains to experience that as well. All right? You want good dogs, you want strong dogs, you want mentally tough dogs. I'm not saying you can do this stuff, right? Get your dog with tough dogs, but that's how my dogs became the way they are. And these born trained dogs, it's good for them too. So meeting of Dane right there, by far my most, besides Prince, by far my most sort of ready for anything. Dane is neutered, but he is also a big male, okay? But this guy's doing great, right? Proof's in the pudding a little bit, right? We did that stuff with Prince, and now look at him with these other dogs. Nobody would have predicted, based on the video yesterday and the beginning of the video today, that this would be happening, that he'd be like this, and then eventually off leash with his best friend in about 5 minutes or so. So here's what I want to tell you guys. Here's why I believe there are 4 reasons that Berlin is the way that he is. And none of these on their own generally cause aggression, but together they can. So he's 1, under-socialized. 2, he's a working high-drive breed and individual. 3, he has dominance. He has dominance. And 4, what I call acute pain-induced aggression. That would be e-collars and prong collars. You saw that in effect when I gave that correction, which made him more hyped up. Okay, that doesn't always have to be a prong, but that's often the case with prongs because they associate getting a correction with pain, and it makes them all more worked up. And then you add the high drive to that, and it's a recipe for kind of for aggression and reactivity. And, so going back to unsocialized, working high drive dominance. Dominance on its own is not aggression, but this dog's dominant. You guys saw it, everyone saw it. So here's the video. Watch the rest of it with the original audio. Hopefully you enjoy it. All right, off leash. I would say this is his best friend. Do you agree? If he gets too much, I'm going to, let me give you that. You or me, we're going to go, hey, and then we're going to go grab him if he's too much. Hey! And grab him.
Hey. So I don't know if you actually grab him or just like...
We're grabbing him.
Here.
Good job. Put him in a sit.
Sit.
And release. We mean what we say. Good job. Okay. We mean what we say. We follow up. Even if we do it kind of wrong, well,
As long as we still get him.
We're getting you, dude.
Yeah.
You can't play rough with this one. He wasn't horrible. But we did do our hay, and he just kind of thought it was a game. It's not a game.
Yeah. That's probably our fault, too, because we do a game with him in the park where we chase him and get him run out. We like hurt him basically in a circle.
Yeah.
So when we pursue him, you might think, oh, you guys want to play the game?
No more doing that.
Yeah.
We're going to probably let it happen as long as Astra lets it happen. Hey! Grab him. Good job. Sit. We're making a point. Go play.
Okay.
Good job. When you're rough, he's going to never get with dogs if he, let's say, even gets as good as he is with Astra. Mm-hmm. Then he's all rough and they're all like, okay, now he's good. He's kind of good. Still can't get him with dogs because he plays too rough. Like every level we got to fix. Yeah. And this fix is the rough play fix. And Dad and Joel and Mom and Carly, we are following up when you're too rough. No, hey. What did you think of the meetings? How you thought it would go?
Oh, right now?
Yeah.
I also thought it went really well. It was actually what I predicted with Prince, because my whole thought, but my whole thought was he needs a dog. Ever since we saw your channel, what we're tracking is that you have a role model dog that he needs, and we didn't know where else to go, which is why we came this far. But that's what we wanted, is a dog that can show him without actually attacking him and I'm gonna beat your ass, and then you're gonna be probably mess up in the head for it. Yeah. But back him down and show him hey, you don't act like this. And then all right, I'm leaving, I don't care about you anymore. And then the other dogs, honestly, it's the first time he's been around more than, of course, one dog. So I was surprised, honestly. So yes, good. So the question becomes how far are we willing to let it go with Prince? And there is pros and cons. We can not hurt him. We can hurt his aggression by letting it go too far. Yeah, and literally just getting pinned down. What if he wins? No, yes, or pinned down. Yeah. What if he wins? The fight, not a real fight off muzzle, but what if he gets pinned down and he goes, I am never gonna let this happen again. No dog will ever best me again. That's possible. Or he gives in. There's a lot of things that could happen. And today, I just wasn't willing. The last thing I want to do is make him worse. And the only way we could have made him worse is let that fight go on any longer. We didn't make him worse with where we went, but we could have without me figuring it out and seeing with other dogs and stuff. The things that I do on the leash where I'm okay, go fly to that dog. And then I'm pop, that is 80% of meeting a dog. He's going to be horrible if you let him off leash, they run up, or even on leash, he pulls up, or any of that. We need to tamp him down before he ever meets that dog. And then I do believe that he's going to meet a dog like the other three if you
tamp him down before he meets the dog. And
Yeah.
does that make sense? Like why we tamp him down?
Yeah.
Fly to that dog. I don't care.
It's
Correct.
the same idea of like in the morning if you walk out to go for a walk and he's just burst out the door, I'm on my own, like I'm doing what I want.
Yeah.
He's gonna be crazy out there, but
Crazy.
if you set him up for success at first,
Yes.
like, hey, like follow me,
Yes.
he'll be a little more like, all right, I'm following you today.
Yes.
I'm assuming it's kind of similar.
Yeah, it's the same. You want him to be approaching those dogs, and you have to see the occasional. He's all worked up. I mean, his brain is Dutch Shepherd, right? He's locked onto those dogs. So we're not. It's hard, but like if you see a few steps and then where's Dad at? Everything changes.
Gotcha. Just have to check in.
I don't think, but I could be wrong. I mean, has he done that with a new dog or
The check-in thing?
Check-in with you?
I can't remember. He's done a little bit of a check-in because also we have our door open. We have an apartment complex, so when people come up, he'll do his normal "Roar!" and he's gotten better at. He'll do that. He's at place, which is next to the door. Like place. He'll go in his place and kind of look at me or look at her, and then like still be in tune. Like I'm ready to attack this person if you open the door, kind of thing. But he's a lot better. Like I'm on my place, like looking at you for guidance. So he has gotten better. But if it's in the heat of the moment, I don't care about you, Dad, Mom. I'm doing what I want to do.
Okay.
So he's not there yet.
So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna have dogs in that side area. You are gonna sit there with him, okay? Go ahead and stand up. Do you walk him on the right or the left?
Left.
Okay. So on your left, let's say
With me.
good. Okay, good. Let's say, good job with kind of the long leash. Let's say he just sees the dogs, he starts to wander to the dogs. I want you to let him get farther than that, pretty far ahead. I want you're very strong, but you got to get some leverage. Like he's going to leave you, up. You're going to down into the side, give him one quick pop. Yeah.
You want me to do the knee thing you do? Or
you could, we'll see. We'll see if we get there. And then you can, if he comes back and then you're standing there and he goes, I want to go see the dogs. You're like, I'm standing here. You're not ready to go see anybody.
Gotcha.
Like you're not.
Yep.
So you're going to go pop. And then he goes, I want to go see the dogs. Pop. And then he's like, oh, what's up, dude? Oh, okay. I didn't know you're there. I would go like one step, like, okay, let's go see the dogs. Pop.
Gotcha.
We'll do this all day. You want to just he's just saying, I want to go meet dogs. He's on a leash. That's not how this thing works.
Yeah.
It's all about you and what you want to do, you know?
Yeah, it goes for the
Okay.
crotch.
Does that, I know, I just guard it just because these long-nosed dogs. And I know you don't have the tools you're used to. I know you don't have the prong. I know you don't have the shock.
We stopped the prong for about a month because I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
I want to not have to have the prong all the time.
Yeah.
And he did okay, but we're using the e-collar to kind of act as a correction in a way.
I know. I just don't love that stuff for like the aggression stuff. It can cause.
It can cause him to be more aggressive, more kind of in the moment.
Perfect. Pop. Walk. Good job. Oh. Go where you want to go. Good check-in. Good. Walk where you want to walk. Perfect. Try to get not a lot of cues. Hey, you're doing great, man. Pop. Good job. Oh. So good. Perfect. That was within criteria. Perfect. Wow. Physical strength has a lot to do with this. Like I forget.
He handles him more.
With that pop.
She gets sometimes a little afraid. He is aggressive, right? So you never know, like, will he turn this time? Like, will he actually be like, you know, Mom, I'm gonna bite you? Whereas for me, I'm like, I'm ready.
Oh, he's done it once. I took away his Kong and he got mad, and the trainer was like, you need to stand your ground, and I did that and he bit me. So I was like, oh, okay. I'm still a little like with him.
Let's put Bodie into the side. Good. You're doing good. Okay, go ahead and walk. Good job. I know it's poppy. I know the prong is easier in a way, but I don't know if you're going to get rid of hating dogs with that prong. I don't know if it'll ever go away. They're good for walking. They're not great for the dog. It's a classical conditioned response.
Yeah.
So they feel the correction, they associate it with dogs, then they end up not liking dogs. The shock is even worse for that. Good. Okay, dog's gonna be in the side. Good job. You can tell him, good boy. Yeah, good boy doesn't mean leave me.
That's the only thing we say good. He's like, oh, cool.
I know. I know.
And then, come. Good.
You're doing great, man. He's not going to love this dog. One step. Okay. Yeah, we're leaving. Good job. Another step. He's not checking in, but he's at least loose. And good. Keep walking. You're doing great. Yeah, towards the dog. Good. Yeah, you switch the side. Pop. Pop. Walk. Good.
Checking in. The meter.
Yeah. Go and walk.
Okay.
He's not checking in, but at least he's not pulling.
It's kind of slowing
He's
down.
hanging back. Bodie. I don't know who that is. I think it's Bodie.
Oh, that was,
It was Berlin. Oh. It's a male. He's unneutered.
Okay.
He's a puppy though. Little one. Good. And come back.
Small chicken almost.
Okay. Can I see him? Can we?
Berlin.
Berlin, will you let Prince back on the deck? So that butt touch is, or I've never really done what I just did. It just happened that, and I didn't kick him. I just pushed him. It was just like this. It's just a way to move them. Like when they're in a position where you just can't. It's just.
You kind of like redirect them to like.
Yeah,
Jesus, man, like,
yeah,
stop.
and it's done with a pole and this, and then they just end up kind of facing you.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Can I see your friend? Okay, come on. Good. Because he wasn't looking at me. He was just coming back, and then I went forwards. Like, you got to look at me. You don't know where I'm going to go. Good boy, Princey. Good boy, Prince. Princey. Prince, come here. Prince, come here. Good boy. That's my good boy. Off. Good. Good boy, Prince. Leave it. Good boy. And I'm fine with cues. I have told you to give no cues. You were like the best listener in the world. You didn't give like a single cue coming up here. I just want I don't love to give cues early on because I want the dog to learn to watch us and not listen for us. Because they can sit there and stare at a dog and wait for the leave it and then go, oh yeah, what's up, Dad? I want him to sit there and stare at the dog and have to think I have to look at this guy because he might be leaving. Do you see the difference? Leave it! As opposed to him sit there and say, I hate this dog, but literally go, I might get a correction at any moment unless I look at this guy.
Gotcha. So he's like proactively, was like escape training almost. Like there is no escape yet, but like he's escaping the potential of.
I don't know. Escape training, is that a thing?
Well, it's like
Escape.
Pressure, negative pressure. Was it not?
No,
So I miss up my
Oh.
upper condition.
Oh, yeah.
But like if you apply pressure and they're like, oh, okay, sit. Oh, now the pressure came off.
Right, so that's called negative reinforcement. It's taking away something they don't like, which is hence reinforcing. Taking away. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So,
Yes, that one.
yeah.
But yeah, I've heard escape something.
Yeah, it might be a word. It might be something.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah. Okay. So does that make sense on why I just like approaching dogs?
Yeah.
Like I don't want to give you a cue. I just want you to act right and follow me. You know what I'm saying?
Always look for you for guidance.
Yeah. And the prong, here's why a prong would have been better right there. He would have been better on the prong or the shock.
This is it's a harsher correction.
It's a harsher thing. You and me have been pulling this guy around by the neck. I get it. It sucks. However, the prong, classically conditioning wise, it can associate other dogs with pain.
Yeah.
That wasn't that painful. It was uncomfortable. It's not great. I don't love to do it.
Yeah.
But I mean, I feel like we have to do something different.